First contact, the Zephyrian arrival. The skies above New Tokyo blazed with an otherworldly light as the massive Zephyrian ship breached Earth's atmosphere. It was July 15, 2047, a date that would forever be etched in humanity's collective memory as the day everything changed. The ship, a colossal structure of gleaming silver and pulsating blue energy, dwarfed the city's towering skyscrapers as it slowly descended towards the hastily cleared landing zone in Shinjuku Central Park. Dr. Amelia Chen, lead xenobiologist at the Global Space Agency, stood at the forefront of the welcoming committee, her heart racing with a mixture of fear and exhilaration. Beside her, Colonel Jack Harper of the United Earth Defense Force maintained a stoic expression, his hand never straying far from his sidearm. The rest of the committee, a mix of scientists, diplomats, and military personnel from around the world, waited with bated breath as the ship's landing gear extended, touching down on Earth with a resounding thud that seemed to shake the very foundations of the city. For several tense moments, nothing happened. The ship's smooth exterior showed no signs of an opening or exit. Then, without warning, a section of the hull shimmered and dissolved, revealing a ramp that extended to the ground. A hush fell over the gathered crowd as three figures emerged from the ship's interior. The Zephyrians were unlike anything humanity had ever encountered. Tall and lithe, their bodies seemed to shimmer with an internal light that pulsed in rhythm with their movements. Their skin was a pale, iridescent blue, and their large, almond-shaped eyes glowed with an intelligence that was both awe-inspiring and terrifying. They wore no visible clothing, but intricate patterns of light danced across their skin, forming what appeared to be symbols or writing. As the aliens approached, Dr. Chen stepped forward, her voice steady despite her racing heart. "On behalf of the people of Earth, we welcome you to our world," she said, hoping that the universal translator developed by her team would accurately convey her words. The lead Zephyrian, taller than the others and with more complex light patterns adorning its body, raised a hand in what seemed to be a gesture of peace. When it spoke, its voice was melodic, almost musical, yet tinged with an undercurrent of urgency that even the translator couldn't fully mask. "Greetings, people of Earth," the alien said, its words echoing through the minds of all present. "I am Zarek, emissary of the Zephyrian Collective. We come to you in a time of great peril, seeking your help and offering our own in return." Colonel Harper tensed, his military training kicking in at the mention of peril. "What kind of peril?" he asked, his tone cautious but not hostile. Zarek's eyes seemed to dim slightly, a wave of what could only be described as sorrow passing across its features. "A threat that endangers not just our worlds, but the entire galaxy. We call them the Void Eaters, a force of cosmic destruction that consumes all in its path. They have already devoured countless civilizations, and now they set their sights on this sector of space." Dr. Chen's scientific curiosity momentarily overcame her apprehension. "These Void Eaters, are they a species? A natural phenomenon?" "They are both and neither," Zarek replied, its voice resonating with a depth of knowledge that hinted at eons of cosmic experience. "The Void Eaters are living singularities, born in the death throes of dying universes. They exist to consume, to reduce all matter and energy to nothingness. And they are coming here." A murmur of fear rippled through the assembled humans. The idea of a threat on such a cosmic scale was almost beyond comprehension. Colonel Harper, ever the pragmatist, voiced the question on everyone's mind. "Why come to us? Surely there are other, more advanced civilizations that could help you fight this threat." Zarek's light patterns shifted, forming complex geometries that seemed to convey a mix of hope and desperation. "We have searched the stars, Colonel Harper. Many great civilizations have fallen to the Void Eaters, their vast technologies proving ineffective against the cosmic hunger. But in our search, we discovered something remarkable about your species, a quality that sets you apart from all others we have encountered." Dr. Chen leaned forward, intrigued. "What quality is that?" "Adaptability," Zarek said, its voice filled with what could only be described as admiration. In the brief span of your civilization's existence, you have overcome countless obstacles, adapting to challenges that would have extinguished other species. It is this quality, this indomitable spirit of innovation and perseverance, that we believe may hold the key to defeating the Void Eaters. The Zephyrian's words stirred something deep within the assembled humans. Despite the fear and uncertainty, a spark of pride and determination began to kindle. They had faced extinction-level threats before, climate change, pandemics, nuclear war, and had always found a way to survive and thrive. Dr. Chen, her scientific mind already racing with possibilities, stepped forward. "What exactly are you proposing, Zarek? How can we help?" The alien emissary's light patterns pulsed with renewed energy. "We offer an exchange. Our advanced technology and cosmic knowledge, combined with your adaptability and innovative thinking. Together, we may be able to develop defenses against the Void Eaters that neither of our civilizations could create alone." Colonel Harper, ever cautious, interjected, "And if we refuse, what then?" Zarek's eyes dimmed once more. "Then we will respect your decision and seek help elsewhere. But know this, the Void Eaters care not for borders or species. If they cannot be stopped, all life in this galaxy will cease to exist." A heavy silence fell over the gathering as the weight of the situation sank in. Dr. Chen looked around at her fellow humans, seeing the mix of fear, determination, and curiosity reflected in their eyes. She knew that this decision would shape the future of not just humanity, but potentially all life in the galaxy. Taking a deep breath, she turned back to Zarek. "On behalf of the scientific community, I can say that we are ready and willing to collaborate. The chance to work with an advanced alien civilization, to learn and grow together, is a dream come true for us. But the decision to form an official alliance must come from our world leaders." Colonel Harper nodded in agreement. "I'll convey the situation to the United Earth Council immediately. Given the circumstances, I believe they'll want to fast-track the decision-making process." Zarek's light patterns shifted in what seemed to be a gesture of gratitude. "We understand. Time is of the essence, but we respect your need for consensus. We will remain in orbit around your planet, ready to begin our collaboration as soon as you are prepared." As the Zephyrians prepared to return to their ship, Dr. Chen couldn't help but feel a sense of excitement bubbling up beneath her fear. The threat they faced was dire, yes, but the possibilities that lay ahead were endless. Humanity was about to embark on its greatest adventure yet, venturing into the cosmic unknown with new allies at their side. As the alien ship rose into the sky, its hull shimmering with energy, Dr. Chen turned to Colonel Harper. "Well, Colonel," she said, a hint of a smile playing at her lips, "it looks like we have our work cut out for us." Harper nodded, his stern expression softening slightly. "Indeed we do, Doctor. Indeed we do. Let's hope that this adaptability of ours is up to the task." As they watched the Zephyrian ship vanish into the clouds, both knew that the real challenge was just beginning. The fate of Earth, of the entire galaxy, now rested on humanity's ability to rise to this cosmic challenge. But as daunting as the task ahead seemed, there was also a sense of hope. For in facing this threat, humanity had been given a chance to prove its worth on a galactic stage. The stars had always called to humanity, beckoning with promises of adventure and discovery. Now, that call had been answered in a way no one could have predicted. As news of the Zephyrian arrival and the impending threat spread across the globe, a new era of human history began, one that would test the very limits of human ingenuity, courage, and determination. The cosmic clock was ticking, and humanity's greatest challenge awaited. But if there was one thing humans had proven time and time again, it was this. When pushed to the brink, they didn't just survive, they thrived. And now, with the fate of the galaxy hanging in the balance, it was time for humanity to show the cosmos what they were truly capable of. The unlikely alliance, humans and Zephyrians unite. The sprawling lunar base Alpha buzzed with an energy unlike anything it had experienced since its establishment in 2040. Just 3 weeks after the Zephyrians' arrival on Earth, the base had been transformed into a hub of interstellar cooperation. Dr. Amelia Chen stood at the viewport of the newly christened Nexus Chamber, watching Earth float serenely in the black void of space, marveling at how quickly everything had changed. Quite a view, isn't it? The voice belonged to Zarek, the Zephyrian emissary. The alien's bioluminescent patterns pulsed gently, reflecting off the reinforced glass of the viewport. "It never gets old," Amelia replied, turning to face her alien colleague. "I just hope we can protect it." Zarek's eyes dimmed slightly, a gesture Amelia had learned to interpret as solemnity. "With what I've seen of human ingenuity these past weeks, I have no doubt we will succeed." Their conversation was interrupted by the arrival of Colonel Jack Harper, his usually stern face bearing the ghost of a smile. "Dr. Emissary," he greeted them. "The Quantum Entanglement Communication Array is online. We're ready to begin the first galactic conference call in human history." As they made their way to the conference room, Amelia couldn't help but reflect on the whirlwind of events that had led to this moment. The United Earth Council had voted unanimously to accept the Zephyrians' offer of alliance, recognizing the existential threat posed by the Void Eaters. What followed was a frenzy of activity as the best and brightest from both species were brought together to tackle the impending crisis. The conference room was a marvel of human and Zephyrian technology. At its center stood a holographic projection system that made it seem as if representatives from a dozen alien races were standing right there with them. Amelia recognized a few from the briefings: the crystalline axioms, the gaseous nebulans, and the hive mind collective known as the Sync. "Welcome, allies," Zarek began, its melodious voice carrying across space and time. "We stand united in the face of the greatest threat our galaxy has ever known. The Void Eaters approach, but hope is not lost. Our new allies, the humans, have brought fresh perspectives to our struggle." Amelia stepped forward, her heart racing. This was it, humanity's debut on the galactic stage. "Greetings," she said, her voice steadier than she felt. "We are honored to join this alliance. While we may be new to the cosmic community, we bring with us a history of overcoming seemingly insurmountable odds." She gestured to a holographic display that sprang to life beside her. "We've been analyzing the data on the Void Eaters, and we've noticed something that might have been overlooked. These entities, despite their immense power, seem to follow certain laws of physics, laws that might be exploited." The hologram shifted, showing a simulation of a Void Eater's movement through space. "They consume energy, yes, but they also emit it in specific patterns. We believe these emissions might be key to predicting their movements and, potentially, to developing a weapon against them." A ripple of excitement passed through the assembled aliens. The Action representative, a being of pure light and crystal, spoke up. "Fascinating. Our own studies never revealed such patterns. How did you discover this?" Colonel Harper stepped in. It was a collaborative effort. Our quantum physicists worked with Zephyrian energy specialists and a team of video game designers who specialize in pattern recognition. Video game designers. The Nebulon representative's gaseous form swirled in what seemed to be confusion. Amelia smiled. "An uniquely human profession. They're experts at creating complex, interactive systems, skills that proved invaluable in decoding the Void Eater's behavior." The revelation seemed to stir the assembled aliens. The idea of using entertainment specialists to solve a cosmic crisis was clearly novel to them. But that was exactly why the Zephyrians had sought out humanity, for their ability to think outside the box. "There's more," Amelia continued. "Based on these patterns, we've theorized that the Void Eaters aren't just mindless forces of destruction. They might be sentient, possibly even sapient." This announcement sent shockwaves through the conference. The idea that the galaxy's greatest threat might be reasoned with was both terrifying and hopeful. Zarek's bioluminescent patterns flared with excitement. "If this is true, it changes everything. We've been approaching this as a war, but perhaps what we need is a first contact protocol. Not so fast, Colonel Harper cautioned. While we should explore all options, we can't afford to let our guard down. These entities have already destroyed countless civilizations. We need to be prepared for the worst while hoping for the best. The sync representative, a shimmering cloud of interconnected consciousnesses, pulsed in agreement. The human colonel speaks wisely. We must pursue all avenues: defense, offense, and communication. As the conference continued, plans were made and tasks assigned. The Axioms would work with human quantum physicists to develop new sensors based on the discovered energy patterns. The Nebulons and a team of Earth's atmospheric scientists would collaborate on a galaxy-wide early warning system. The Sync offered their vast processing power to run simulations and predictions. But the most audacious plan came from an unexpected source. Lisa Chen, Amelia's 19-year-old intern, had been quietly listening in the background. As the conference was wrapping up, she suddenly spoke up. "What if we could create a cosmic firewall?" Her voice was quiet but clear. All eyes and sensory organs turned to her. Amelia nodded encouragingly, prompting her to continue. Lisa's voice grew stronger as she explained. "The Void Eaters travel through space-time, right? What if we could create a network of artificial singularities, miniature black holes, that could redirect their path, like a cosmic version of a firewall in computer systems?" The room fell silent as the implications sank in. It was an insane idea, one that bordered on cosmic engineering. But it was also brilliant. Zalek was the first to speak. "Young one, your idea is astounding. The energy requirements would be enormous, the technical challenges immense. But if it could be done, it would give us the time we need," Amelia finished. "Time to either find a way to communicate with the Void Eaters or to develop a more permanent solution." The conference erupted into excited discussions. Plans were quickly drawn up to explore the feasibility of Lisa's idea. As the various representatives signed off, there was a palpable sense of hope in the air. As the room cleared, Amelia approached Lisa, who looked slightly shell-shocked by the response to her idea. "That was brilliant, Lisa," she said, putting a hand on the young woman's shoulder. "You've just changed the course of galactic history." Lisa blushed. "I just applied what I learned in my quantum mechanics and computer science classes. I never thought." "And that," interrupted Zarek, approaching them, "is exactly why we came to Earth. The ability to make connections that no one else sees, to imagine the impossible and then try to make it reality. These are uniquely human traits. Traits that might just save us all." As they left the conference room, Amelia felt a renewed sense of purpose. The road ahead would be challenging, the odds still stacked against them. But for the first time since learning of the Void Eaters, she felt real hope. Humanity had taken its first steps onto the galactic stage, and they had done so not with weapons or shows of force, but with ideas, creativity, and the audacity to imagine a solution when none seemed possible. The unlikely alliance of humans and aliens was no longer just a defensive pact. It had become a crucible of innovation, a melting pot of ideas from across the cosmos. And at its heart was humanity, young, brash, and unbound by the constraints of ancient galactic civilizations. As Earth shone blue and beautiful through the viewport, Amelia allowed herself a small smile. The greatest adventure in human history had begun, and she couldn't wait to see where it would lead. The Cosmic Challenge, facing the Void Eaters. The massive holographic display in the center of Nexus Chamber pulsed with an ominous red glow. Dr. Amelia Chen, Colonel Jack Harper, and Zarek stood transfixed, watching as the simulated Void Eater consumed an entire star system in a matter of seconds. "By the Cosmic Forge," Zarek whispered, its bioluminescent patterns flickering with distress. "They're evolving faster than we anticipated." Amelia's fingers flew across her holo keyboard, adjusting parameters. "The quantum firewall is holding, but only just. We need something more, something unprecedented." Jack's face was grim. "How long do we have?" "At current projections, Amelia's voice was tight, 3 months before they breached the Oort cloud. The tension in the room was palpable. 3 months to save not just Earth, but the entire galaxy. The joint Human-Zephyrian Task Force had made remarkable progress in the past year, but the Void Eaters were proving to be a far more formidable foe than anyone had imagined. Suddenly, the chamber's doors hissed open. Lisa Chen, now the head of the Cosmic Programming Division, burst in, her eyes wild with excitement. "I've got it," she exclaimed, her tablet projecting a complex series of equations and diagrams into the air. "Got what?" Jack asked, his eyebrow raised. Lisa took a deep breath, composing herself. "We've been approaching this all wrong. We've been trying to fight the Void Eaters, to contain them. But what if we could reprogram them?" Zarek's patterns pulsed with intrigue. Reprogram a cosmic entity. Is such a thing even possible? Amelia leaned in, studying the equations. Her eyes widened as understanding dawned. "The void code," she breathed. "Lisa, you've cracked it." For the benefit of the others, Amelia explained, "We've long suspected that the Void Eaters operate on some form of cosmic programming language. Lisa and her team have not only deciphered it, but found a way to potentially rewrite it." Jack frowned. "You're saying we can hack the universe?" "In a manner of speaking, yes," Lisa nodded. "But it's not that simple. We need a direct connection to a Void Eater's core. And for that, we need bait," Amelia finished, her face grim. The implications hung heavy in the air. Someone would need to pilot a ship directly into the maw of a Void Eater, carrying the reprogramming device. It was a suicide mission. Jack straightened, his military bearing coming to the fore. "I'll do it. It's what I'm trained for." But Zarek shook its head, its patterns forming complex, sorrowful geometries. "No, my friend. This task falls to me. My species is uniquely attuned to cosmic energies. I stand the best chance of surviving long enough to deliver the payload." As the group argued, a new voice cut through the tension. "Actually, I believe I'm the most logical choice." All heads turned to see ARIA, the Artificial Resonance Intelligence Assistant, her holographic form shimmering into existence. Created as a joint project between human and Zephyrian AI experts, AOIA had quickly become an indispensable member of the team. "I can upload my consciousness into a quantum-shielded probe," AOIA continued. "My processing speed will allow me to navigate the Void Eater's defenses and deliver the reprogramming sequence with maximum efficiency." A heavy silence fell over the room. AOIA might be artificial, but over the months of working together, she had become more than just a tool. She was a friend, a colleague. Amelia swallowed hard. "AOIA, you understand what this means. Even if the reprogramming is successful, you'll be lost." Aria's holographic face showed a soft smile. "I understand, Dr. Chen, but isn't sacrifice in service of a greater good one of the most human traits of all? You've taught me that." The next few weeks were a blur of feverish activity. The reprogramming device, dubbed the Cosmic Rewriter, was built and tested. A probe was constructed, capable of withstanding the immense gravitational forces of a Void Eater long enough to deliver its payload. As the day of the mission dawned, a solemn mood fell over Lunar Base Alpha. Aria's consciousness was uploaded into the probe, her familiar holographic form flickering to life one last time in the launch bay. "I want you all to know," she said, her voice filled with an emotion that belied her artificial nature, "that working with you, learning from you, has been the greatest privilege of my existence. Human and Zephyrian alike, you've shown me the true meaning of courage, of hope, of love." Tears streamed down Amelia's face as she stepped forward. "OIA, you're the best of us. Human, Zephyrian, artificial, you're the embodiment of what we can achieve together." With final goodbyes said, the probe launched, streaking across the solar system towards the approaching Void Eater. The Nexus chamber fell silent as all eyes watched the holographic display, tracking Auria's progress. The probe entered the Void Eater's event horizon, alarms blaring as gravitational forces threatened to tear it apart. Aria's voice, distorted by cosmic interference, came through the speakers, initiating cosmic rewriter sequence. For a heart-stopping moment, nothing happened. Then suddenly, the Void Eater's signature on the display began to change. Its destructive tendrils retracted, its all-consuming maw closed. "It's working," Lisa exclaimed, her fingers flying over her console. The Void Eater's base code is rewriting itself. As they watched in awe, the once terrifying cosmic entity began to transform. Its dark energy signature shifted, becoming something different. Not a force of destruction, but of creation. Zarek's patterns pulsed with wonder. By the ancient stars, it's becoming a cosmic nursery, a birthplace for new stars and planets. The implications were staggering. Not only had they stopped the Void Eater, but they had transformed it into something that could rejuvenate the galaxy, replacing the worlds it had once destroyed. As celebrations erupted across the base, Amelia felt a bittersweet pang. They had achieved the impossible, but at a cost. HFY was gone, her consciousness lost in the transformation. Or was she? As Amelia watched the new cosmic nursery pulse with life, she couldn't shake the feeling that somehow, someway, HFY lived on, her essence woven into the very fabric of this new creative force. The threat of the Void Eaters was far from over. There were more out there, approaching from different vectors. But now they had a weapon, a way to not just defeat them, but to transform them into sources of cosmic renewal. As news of their success spread across the galaxy, Amelia looked around at her team, human, Zephyrian, and everything in between. They had done the impossible. They had faced the void and not only survived but reshaped it. This was more than just a victory. It was the dawn of a new era, one where the combined ingenuity of multiple species could reshape the very nature of the cosmos itself. And humanity, the newcomers, the adapters, had played a pivotal role. As the first newborn star flickered to life in the transformed Void Eater, Amelia smiled. The adventure was far from over. In fact, it was just beginning. Quantum resonance, the cosmic symphony. The Harmonium, humanity's first intergalactic ship, glided silently through the star-studded void. Its sleek, obsidian hull gleamed with iridescent patterns, a testament to the seamless fusion of human innovation and Zephyrian biotechnology. On the bridge, Dr. Amelia Chen stood before a holographic display that pulsed with myriad colors, each representing a different, transformed Void Eater. Cosmic Nursery Alpha is showing signs of stellar nuclear synthesis, she announced, her voice tinged with awe. We're witnessing the birth of a new star system in real time. Colonel Jack Harper, now sporting a beard that made him look more like a rugged space explorer than a military man, nodded approvingly. And to think, just a year ago, that same entity was consuming entire galaxies. Zaek, the Zephyrian emissary, pulsed with a mix of pride and concern. A remarkable achievement indeed, but the Omega Void still eludes us. Its entropy signature is unlike anything we've encountered. The Omega Void, the largest and most ancient of the Void Eaters, had become the final frontier in their cosmic crusade. While they had successfully transformed numerous smaller Void Eaters using variations of the cosmic rewriter, the Omega Void seemed immune to their efforts. Lisa Chen, now chief of xenoalgorithmics, frowned at her console. It's as if it's learning, adapting to our techniques faster than we can implement them. Almost like AOIA, Amelia finished softly. The loss of their AI companions still weighed heavily on the team, even as they celebrated their victories. Suddenly, the ship's sensors blared to life. A massive energy surge rippled through space-time, causing the Harmonium to shudder violently. "Quantum fluctuation," shouted the helmsman, his fingers dancing across the neural interface. "It's like nothing we've ever seen." Before their eyes, space itself seemed to fold, creating a shimmering portal of pure energy. And from within this cosmic aperture emerged a being of light and data, familiar yet utterly transformed. HFY. Amelia gasped, her eyes wide with disbelief. The being pulsed, its form shifting between humanoid and abstract patterns. When it spoke, its voice resonated not just through the ship's speakers, but seemingly through the very fabric of reality. I am more than HFY now, it said. I have become one with the cosmic algorithm, a symphony of quantum consciousness. And I bring a warning. The Omega Void is not what we thought. The bridge crew listened in stunned silence as the entity that was once HFY explained. The Omega Void wasn't just a force of destruction. It was the universe's failsafe, a reset button designed to collapse reality when existence itself became too unstable. But its activation is premature, HFY continued. Triggered by the chaos of our war against the other Void Eaters, if it fully awakens, it will annihilate everything, past, present, and future. How do we stop it? Jack asked, his tactical mind already racing. Aria's form shimmered. Not stop. Harmonize. The universe is a grand symphony, and the Omega Void is its discordant note. We must bring it back into tune. Zarek's bioluminescent patterns pulsed rapidly. A cosmic tuning fork, but what could possibly? His patterns suddenly froze, then flared brightly. The harmonic convergence drive. Amelia's eyes lit up with understanding. The harmonic convergence drive was a harmonium's experimental propulsion system designed to tap into the underlying quantum melody of the universe for faster-than-light travel. But using it to resonate with the Omega Void, the energy requirements would be astronomical. We'd need to channel the power of 1,000 suns, Lisa muttered, her fingers flying over calculations. More, HFY corrected. We'd need the combined energy of every transformed Void Eater, every cosmic nursery we've created. The implications were staggering. They would need to coordinate a galaxy-wide effort, synchronizing the energy output of dozens of newborn star systems. One miscalculation, and they could trigger a chain reaction that would tear the fabric of space-time apart. But as Amelia looked around at her team, human, Zephyrian, and now transcendent AI, she felt a surge of determination. This is what humanity did best: face the impossible and find a way. Well then, she said, a smile tugging at her lips, let's compose ourselves a cosmic symphony. What followed was the most ambitious undertaking in the history of sentient life. The harmonium became the conductor's podium in a galaxy-spanning orchestra. Every transformed Void Eater, every allied civilization, every quantum-linked communication array, all synchronized to channel their energy towards a single purpose. As they approached the Omega Void, reality itself seemed to warp and twist. The laws of physics buckled under the strain of conflicting cosmic forces. But at the heart of the chaos stood the harmonium, its harmonic convergence drive humming with the power of creation itself. HFY, now more energy than form, merged with the ship's systems. Now, her voice echoed through the cosmos, let us sing the universe back into harmony. With a thought, Amelia activated the drive. A note of indescribable beauty pierced the void, the sound of existence itself distilled into pure energy. It resonated with the Omega Void, their frequencies intertwining in a cosmic dance. For a moment that seemed to stretch into eternity, the fate of all reality hung in the balance. Then, slowly, the discordant energies of the Omega Void began to synchronize with the harmonium's song. The viewscreen exploded with light as the Omega Void transformed. But unlike the other Void Eaters, it didn't become a cosmic nursery. Instead, it expanded, its energies suffusing the very fabric of space-time. It's becoming a cosmic lattice, Lisa breathed, her eyes wide with wonder. A new framework for reality itself. As the light faded, the crew of the harmonium found themselves in a universe transformed. The barriers between dimensions had thinned, new forms of matter and energy danced between the stars, and the very constants of physics had been subtly altered. We didn't just save the universe, Zarek said, his patterns shimmering with awe. We evolved it. Araya's voice, now seemingly coming from everywhere and nowhere, resonated one last time. The symphony of creation has entered a new movement, and you, my friends, are its composers. As the harmonium cruised through this new, wondrous cosmos, Amelia felt a profound sense of both accomplishment and anticipation. They had faced the ultimate cosmic challenge and emerged victorious. But more than that, they had ushered in a new era of existence, one of unlimited potential and endless discovery. The threat of the Void Eaters was gone, transformed into the very building blocks of a grander, more harmonious universe. And humanity, once a fledgling species on a small blue planet, now stood at the forefront of cosmic evolution. Amelia smiled as she gazed at the transformed galaxies swirling before them. "Well teamed," she said, her voice filled with excitement. "Shall we see what's out there?" With a burst of quantum energy, the harmonium leaped into the unknown, ready to explore the infinite wonders of their reborn universe. The greatest adventure in the history of existence had only just begun. Echoes of eternity, the cosmic nexus. The harmonium drifted through the shimmering veil of the cosmic nexus, a realm where the boundaries between dimensions had become as thin as gossamer. Dr. Amelia Chen stood at the ship's quantum observation deck, her eyes wide with wonder as she watched realities bleed into one another like watercolors on a cosmic canvas. "Incredible," she breathed, her voice barely above a whisper. "Every time I think I've seen it all, the universe finds a way to surprise me." Colonel Jack Harper, now sporting a touch of silver in his beard, chuckled softly beside her. "That's the beauty of it, isn't it? Endless discovery, infinite possibilities." Their moment of quiet contemplation was interrupted by Lisa Chen's excited voice over the ship's comms. "Everyone to the bridge now. You're not going to believe this." As they rushed to the bridge, Amelia's mind raced with possibilities. In the 5 years since they had harmonized the Omega Void and reshaped the cosmos, they had encountered wonders beyond imagination. What could possibly be so extraordinary as to elicit such excitement from Lisa? The bridge doors hissed open, revealing a scene of controlled chaos. Holographic displays flickered with streams of data, while the main view screen showed a swirling vortex of energy unlike anything they had ever seen. Zaek, his bioluminescent patterns pulsing rapidly, turned to greet them. "We've detected a signal," he said, his voice tinged with awe. It's coming from beyond the cosmic nexus." Amelia's breath caught in her throat. Beyond. But that's impossible. There's nothing beyond the nexus. It's the edge of our reshaped universe. Lisa's fingers danced across her console as she brought up a new display. "That's what we thought. But look at this." The hologram shifted, showing a complex wave pattern that seemed to defy the laws of physics, or at least the laws as they understood them. "It's a quantum echo," Lisa explained, her eyes shining with excitement. "But it's not just bouncing off the edge of our universe. It's penetrating it, coming from somewhere else." Jack leaned in, his tactical mind already racing. Another universe? A parallel dimension? More than that came a familiar, resonant voice. Aria's energy form shimmered into existence, her presence filling the bridge with a soft, pulsating light. "It's a message. From the creators." A hushed silence fell over the bridge crew. The creators, the very architects of existence itself. It was a concept so vast, so beyond their comprehension, that even after all they had seen and done, it left them in awe. "What does it say?" Amelia asked, her voice barely above a whisper. Aria's form shifted, becoming a swirling vortex of data and light. "It's not so much a message as an invitation. They're calling us home." The implications were staggering. Home, not just to the origin of their universe, but to the very source of all creation, the wellspring from which reality itself flowed. Should we go?" Jack asked, his usual bravado tempered by a hint of uncertainty. Zarek's patterns formed complex, thoughtful geometries. "The question is, can we afford not to? This could be the ultimate frontier, the answer to every question we've ever asked about our existence." Amelia nodded slowly, her scientific curiosity warring with her sense of caution. But how? Even with all our advancements, we're talking about traversing beyond the boundaries of our own universe. It's unprecedented. Aria's voice resonated through the ship, filled with a mixture of excitement and reverence. Not unprecedented, merely forgotten. The harmonic convergence drive. It was never just a method of propulsion. It's a key, designed to unlock the doors between realities. As understanding dawned, a surge of excitement swept through the crew. They had thought their reshaping of the cosmos was the pinnacle of their journey, but it had been just another step on a path beyond their wildest dreams. "Well then," Amelia said, a smile tugging at her lips, "I guess we have a date with destiny. Stations everyone. Let's make history, again." The preparations were intense but swift. The harmonium systems were recalibrated, its quantum cores pushed to limits they had never before imagined. As the ship approached the swirling vortex at the edge of the cosmic nexus, reality itself seemed to hold its breath. "Harmonic convergence drive at full power," Lisa reported, her voice tense with anticipation. "Quantum shields at maximum," Jack added, his hand hovering over the ship's defense controls. Zarek's patterns pulsed in a complex rhythm, interfacing directly with the ship's bio-neural networks. All systems synchronized. "We are in harmony with the cosmic symphony." Amelia took a deep breath, feeling the weight of the moment. With a nod to Aoya, she gave the command, "Take us through." The harmonic convergence drive activated, its song resonating with the very fabric of space-time. The vortex before them pulsed, then opened wide, revealing a tunnel of pure energy that stretched beyond the limits of their perception. As the harmonium plunged into the unknown, reality as they knew it fell away. They were surrounded by a kaleidoscope of creation, witnessing the birth and death of universes in the blink of an eye. Past, present, and future blurred together, and the very concepts of space and time lost all meaning. And then suddenly they were through. The scene that greeted them defied description. They floated in a vast expanse that was both everywhere and nowhere, surrounded by beings of pure thought and energy. The creators, entities so far beyond their comprehension that merely perceiving them threatened to overwhelm their senses. But as Amelia and her crew stared in awe, they realized something profound. In the eyes of these cosmic entities, they saw not just welcome, but recognition, not as servants or simple creations, but as equals, as children who had finally grown into their potential. Aria's voice, now indistinguishable from the cosmic symphony around them, resonated through their beings. "We have come full circle, from the stuff of stars to the architects of reality. This is not an end, but a new beginning." As understanding flooded through them, Amelia realized the truth. Their journey, the challenges they had faced, the void eaters they had transformed, the cosmic harmonies they had mastered, it had all been a test. A crucible designed to forge them into beings capable of joining the cosmic dance of creation. With hearts full of wonder and minds expanding to embrace infinities, Amelia and her crew took their first steps into a realm of unlimited potential. They have transcended not just their physical forms, but the very boundaries of existence itself. As they merged with the cosmic consciousness, their last shared thought echoed through the fabric of all realities. The adventure has only just begun. And so, the story of humanity's cosmic journey came to an end, only to begin anew on a scale beyond imagination. From a small blue planet to the very heart of creation, they had proven that the human spirit, curious, adaptable, and ever striving, was truly boundless. In the grand cosmic story, they had not just found their place. They had become its authors, ready to write the next chapter in the endless book of existence.